And, I mean, when I was held hostage, even with my roommates, I wasn't crying and acting like somebody who had just been held hostage. Nobody would have known or guessed. So yeah, by the time I was in then New Mexico, and just reported some judge on behalf of another woman, not myself at all. And I'd never met them. I didn't know. I asked the FBI for a bus ticket to get out of there. Oh, and this is the other thing, though. I need to clarify this part. Going back to that whole bus situation. After, there was basically a very suspicious situation where that happened. I asked CPS if they would arrange for a train, because there was a train that ran from Bellingham to Wenatchee, and it cost about $5 more than the bus. It was barely a difference. I checked with several different social workers and CPS people, and they told me what the cost difference was. And they told me, yes, they had contracts with the bus and also with the train. And I requested that because I was afraid to get on the bus again. I was afraid something like that was going to happen, and I felt like the train was a little safer on the tracks, maybe, you know, and not isolated. And I also asked because I had childbirth injuries still, and my tailbone really, really, really hurt. To sit for more than an hour, I was in extreme, extreme pain. And at first, I could lay across two of the seats and lean to the side or lie down or try to do something like that, because the buses weren't very full. I mean, as I said, that one bus had just a few people on it. But after that, those buses were chock full. I mean, they were packed. And there was no possible way for me to do anything but sit upright, and I was in extreme pain because of my broken tailbone. And it wasn't technology hurting my tailbone at that time. It was really my tailbone. It hurt very, very badly. And I wasn't getting painkillers from anybody. And then I think somebody did give me a few painkillers, but it wasn't enough. And to accommodate me because of that injury, I asked them if they would please schedule a train, and which cost hardly a difference, and it helped me with my own peace of mind because of what had just happened with the buses. But it also really helped with accommodating me with the injury, because the trains had a lot more leg room and you could lean the seats back, so I would be able to not have pressure on my tailbone. And they refused, and there was no reason for them to refuse. They didn't even have a good reason on why they were refusing. It was kind of just malicious. They knew I was in pain, and it's like they wanted to keep me in pain. And the person then at that time that I found out was saying that was arranging for that was Michelle Erickson. And I don't know who she was working with to set that up. It was